Hello and welcome to this IMRG LinkedIn Live Quickfire session. My name is Matthew Walsh. I'm the Director of Data at IMRG. In case this is your first time with us, the LinkedIn Live sessions are quickfire, where we get an industry expert to answer 5 questions with us in 15 minutes. They're very good sessions to learn a lot and get a quick bit of information on a Tuesday afternoon. And I'm very pleased to introduce this afternoon's guest, that is Mark from Mention Me. Hello, Mark. How are you doing? How's your Tuesday so far?
Matthew, good to see you. Thanks for having me on. Tuesday's going well, actually.
Marvellous. So let's jump straight into it. Today's session is all around marketing. I think we're actually going to have a bit of a session from an expert. So if you want to learn the best about marketing, I think Mark is actually going to be our guy today. Can you introduce yourself and what Mention Me do, please?
Absolutely, I will. Thanks, Matthew. It gets more disconcerting as a guest every time you use the word expert. So as a tip, try and lower expectations to start with. Sure. So referral marketing, referral engineering, as we call it. Mention Me is a leading referral engineering platform. We literally grow your businesses through your best customers. We engineer ways of you applying advocacy. So what do I mean by that? There's long been a sense among marketers that if you could channel it and track it and measure it and indeed engineer it, word of mouth could be a potent source of organic growth. And actually, in the past, referral possibly hasn't justified its value in terms of results and certainly hasn't justified status as a marketing channel. What we're finding for around 450 clients for whom we've generated $1.5 billion worth of referral revenue, that they're starting to build upon referral as a key marketing channel. So that's the business we're in.
Wow. Well, that sounds like an interesting one. I think we should get stuck in. So this session is...
Sorry, that's me. I'm done. Oh, we've got more, haven't we?
Done. 2.5 minutes and we're out. So let's jump into kind of marketing overall at a top level to start with of our 5 questions that we've got for you.
Yeah.
So as a starter for 10, what do you see as the biggest challenges facing marketers right now?
Yeah, it's a really great question. And it you know what, this question evolves every year, or at least the answers do. But one of the things I think, if you had to pick the 3 biggest challenges at the top of the tree, there'd probably be the growing cost of traditional customer acquisition channels, spiraling in cost right now for various reasons. Attached to that, then, the newer marketing channels growing ever more dominant. So the dominance of Facebook and Google as a pair is of real concern to clients who can't help but use those networks and those channels because they are so key. But the fact that they are so dominant means that marketers are in a bad position when planning, buying, and negotiating, and also seeing the results, declining sort of results as you spend more. And the third one I'd say would be in a really, really cynical and ever-growing skeptical era on the consumer's part. The trust is something we've been talking about probably for decades, at least a decade. I was writing about trust as Marketing Week editor back in 2009, right? But I think it's growing as a key thing: trust and a genuine relationship with your consumers.
Nice. Okay. So with that in mind, and that's kind of what a marketeer, someone sitting in a company right now who's in the marketing department, is going to be thinking about their daily life. How does the referrals part of that, the bit that Mention Me look after, sit within a marketing strategy for that person?
Well, you know what? I'm really glad you asked. Yeah, I think it's a new question. So I mentioned I've been in marketing for a while, and before that I was a journalist. I was editor of Marketing Week, and at the time, I think between 2009 and 2012, editing Marketing Week, I didn't once write about referral. Never once. Barely wrote about word of mouth because it was not something you could build a strategy around. Now, with the application of the proper application of data and science and psychology, which, by the way, has fueled the evolution of every marketing channel from TV down.
Yep.
Right? Think about what TV was before we understood big data and before we understood how to apply science. Now, referral can absolutely sit at the heart of a marketing channel. Why is that? Because essentially it's customer fueled growth. It's making sure that your growth is real, is customer led, customer driven. You benefit from the first party data in an era where retailers are really having a hard time with third party data, blockers and incoming regulation, and really need to know more about how their consumers, their customers are feeling, buying, living, making decisions. You're generating a proper relationship with them. Again, an overused word in marketing, authentic, but an authentic relationship that doesn't beg for attention or doesn't demand a moment of interruption like most advertising channels do. It doesn't beg your attention like a digital banner does. It's a referral is a golden marketing moment in that it's the right person at the right time with the right product. Why? Because it's real people discussing them and sharing.
Absolutely. You're far more likely to go and check something out if you've been referred it by a friend than perhaps if you happen to have seen it on an ad hoc advert, I should think.
Honestly, Matthew, you have no idea. We have data to suggest that, data to confirm that if you're referred a brand by a friend or a peer, you're 5 times more likely to refer onwards, and you spend a great deal more as well. So you'll spend 11% more on average on your first basket. And over time, you grow an increasing, a greater lifetime value to that brand or product than the average customer. And what we tend to measure are not just lifetime value, but extended lifetime value. So that's Matthew, that's you recommending the brand that you feel loyal to and has given you a brilliant experience. You recommend it 3 times. Those 3 customers also recommend it 3 to 5 times. Suddenly you're starting to think about an extended lifetime value. Exactly. And you become a really, really important and valued customer to that brand. So they start giving you extra experience and extra VIP and extra benefits. And what we're able to show is to retailers, who are your best customers? What do they look like? How do they behave? Where are they in the funnel? What do they need from you? And how can we identify other customers that look like you? So we're starting to generate a great deal of value by not just the referral side, but the first party data side. Here are lookalike audiences that are going to be your greatest lifetime value champions.
So for a company that wanted to take advantage of this sort of thing, they could try and do it in-house, or they could come to a company like yourselves.
Yeah.
But I understand trying it in-house has got a bit of a reputation for delivering less than stellar results. Why is that? And what can be done about it? What's the best route, basically?
Well, do you know what? That's not about referral. That's about the act and decision to do something in-house. Retailers are retailers and should be retailers. They should concentrate on the core competency that they do brilliantly. In the world of modern marketing, you need 5, 10, 15, or 20 different capabilities in your marketing stack to keep up with the way consumers buy, travel, communicate, think, breathe, live, purchase. You need all of that customer data channeled through the right tech and the right stack, doing the right things and presenting the right insights to you. That's not a core competency for retailers. A competency for retailers should be making sure that the store, the product, the price, the packaging, and the experience is right. That's why SaaS technologies exist. It's you try and build it rather than buy it. You're basically then causing yourself a great deal of pain, potentially, directing valuable resource towards getting the right people, the right data science, the right tech, and the right applications. And then you build it, but then what? The flexibility and that we provide as SaaS technologies across the board, whatever the capability is, that we can keep evolving because that's our core competency. You build it yourself, you build it this year, it'll be out of date by next year, but you're sitting on a legacy piece of tech that you're going to have to use to get the value from. So I am very, very much, having been in the world of SaaS tech for a little while now, I'm very much a proponent of let experts be experts and buy rather than build.
That's a classic case of bring in the experts, I think. So let's talking about referrals then. and the big business goals that companies are likely to be looking after and ticking off as the year goes by, what business goals can referrals achieve for retailers and brands?
Yeah, again, a really good question. I think people, look, we are in a transition. We're in the foothills of the foothills of proving that referral is and should be seen as a full-on marketing channel, a marketing discipline. I've rarely been more convinced of anything during my career that referral, if you look at all the headwinds in the market right now, lowering costs of acquisition, a need for trust and authenticity, a need for first-party data to work harder for you, and peer-to-peer advocacy as a notion that's never really been captured. I think referral can be really powerful. I think the education piece we've got to do, and our customers and our clients are doing it for us, they're telling those great stories, is that the misconception is that referral is about engagement and loyalty and retention. And it is, but it's also about customer experience, and it's also about customer acquisition. So let me think about one of our clients, Ted Baker. Now, the things we've learned since Ted Baker came to us in 2018 to run referral programs in Australia and the US and the UK, we've optimized everything. I told you about our data science and our business and data application, science application. We've optimized everything through strategic testing. And some of the things we've learned is that Ted Baker customers basically share by WhatsApp. They prefer WhatsApp as a channel to share.
Okay.
They refer, they respond to messaging more about giving something to a friend rather than getting something off for themselves. So well done, Ted Baker. You've got customers that are very, very generous and community-minded. They'd rather give something good to a friend during a referral transaction than take it upon themselves. And that dollar amounts off something work better than a percentage off. So now we know a little bit about Ted Baker. We've done that testing. We've got that insight. We put the program into action. Suddenly, referred customers spend 34% more.
Wow.
34% more. They repeat purchase 7% more. The 40% of our referral orders from Ted Baker come through a very easy product that we've got called Name Share, which removes the need for a really complicated code of numbers and letters. It just says basically you're having a conversation. Nobody wants to get a phone out and start typing the code in. So Matthew, I'd just say to you, just say my name at checkout. Try this product. Just say my name, Mark Choueke, at checkout, and we'll get the transaction done. So 40% want an easy life. And the high engagement when customers do share is absolutely off the charts. So 16% of referrals convert into new customers. And you've got those stats for every single one of our global customers. Suddenly you go, we're an experience play, we're an engagement and retention play, often more powerful than a loyalty program because it's genuine advocacy. People have to refer out loud in public. They have to hear themselves say, I refer this brand, whereas loyalty can be a very private, muted affair between you and a brand. But mostly, we're a customer acquisition play. We are helping drive data and process and tech into retailers that allow them to acquire new customers. Not just that, really valuable new customers.
Wow. And we are getting close to the end of our little slot here. So I've got one question for you to kind of close this all off. It was kind of skirted around this conversation throughout this bit. It's about customer data. So how important is it really for a retailer to be using customer data within the bigger piece of a marketing strategy? And how does that play into the referrals bit?
Well, luckily, we've only got a minute to go because retailers don't need me at all to talk about the importance of customer data. But really, the answer comes from each piece of data, each bit of data is one of your customers or an action on part of your customers. When we, back in 2008, 2009, there was a lot of talk about big data. And people were asking the question of us on panels, what's your big data strategy? And I found it easiest to cover off that question by saying, actually, do you know what? The answer is that when I talk about big data strategy, change the word big data to customer and you've got it sorted. Your big data strategy is your customer strategy. Each byte of data is the action and desire of one of your customers. So how important is data in your marketing operation? It's basically giving you the answers and it's about you to then take the answers and form the next creative step to action on whatever need or goal you're trying to hit. So yes, absolutely vital. And that's what we've built our, we've got a workforce here of referral engineers. We're not people working for a referral company. We are referral engineers and experts that believe in a customer-led and data-driven approach to marketing.
Mark, it's been wonderful speaking to you today. I think you've done an excellent job of filling the boots of this week's industry expert. I feel like I've learned quite a lot today.
Thank you.
And thank you to everybody watching. Much appreciated for you to tune in. I hope that was a good session for you. So thank you from me, and thank you from Mark. And
Thanks for having me. Take care.
Thank you very much.